Hello, lovelies. I thought I'd jump on this mukbang, however you pronounce it, bandwagon, and do one of these intros while I'm eating, because, you know, I have to eat anyway. So, instead of finding the time to do one or the other, why not do both at the same time? Pop-Tarts. I'm kind of combining my breakfast, lunch, and a little snack here. It's been a weird Sunday. I don't know if you can tell. I'm rather burnt. I spent way too much time in the sun yesterday. It was so much fun, though. But now I'm paying for it. Okay, so I'm not just doing this to annoy you, if you find it annoying. The point of this is because it's a theme. The theme, obviously, being food. So, if you can bear with me through this part, what I have coming up next are my breakfast journal prompts that have to do with food. See? There's a connection. Yum. Alright, so I'm going to keep munching on this. You check out the video. Hopefully you get inspired and or find it entertaining. And I'll see you on the other side. Pour, spill, drip, spit, fling your coffee here. And that's what I did. In order to not make a mess, I wrapped everything that wasn't getting spit on with saran wrap. So it was basically this whole half except for this and this half of the page was all wrapped up. And it worked out quite nicely. None of the other pages have coffee stains on them. I dipped my fingers in the coffee and flicked it like that. I poured a little bit. I put the cup on the page and kind of knocked it around until some of it spilled out. I didn't film the process, but I did include a bit of the creation. This is what the page looked like when it was freshly coffeefied. I threw some grounds on there too, hoping that they would dry, but unfortunately when they dried they just flicked right off. Instead, when I went back, I drew a nice cup of coffee with a little bit of a sploosh happening there, and then some coffee beans randomly on the page. And just to give this page a little bit more interest, I've also included a 7-Eleven cardboard sleeve, and I don't remember what that cardboard sleeve was from. What are they called? The loyalty cards or whatever from McDonald's, where you collect the stickers and then you get a coffee for free. And this was a coffee sleeve from something that was advertising a jazz and blues festival. And this was from a coffee cup that I thought was really, really pretty. I liked the bean pattern. That was from my son's hockey tournament. Oh, and this, it got lost in the car, and that's actually why it didn't get used, because I didn't find it until after it expired. This is a winning McDonald's Monopoly game piece. I think I won that back in 2014. I don't win very often. When I found this and realized it was expired, I thought, what better place to put it than in this journal to celebrate a win. These pages are my tribute to the great beverage that is coffee. Okay, starting on this side of the page. This page is original to the journal as is. It's the tongue painting. I tried eating colorful candy and licking the page. I used Jolly Ranchers and Skittles, and all I got for my efforts was a wet page. So I let that dry, And then I came back at it, and this time, instead of eating the Skittles and licking the page, I licked the Skittles and then rubbed them on the page. And I got a much better color payout. That is really, really pretty. It was also much messier than I expected. But I took a cue from Sarah over on So Craftastic. She posted a video doing something very similar, and at the end she outlined to sort of contain the color, and I really liked that, so I did that too. Mine came out meteoric. I like that. I can imagine this like a gooey ball of candy flying down to the earth. And then on this side of the page, the chew on this page was a different page, and I tried it and I almost gagged. Actually, I did gag and almost, well, anyway, it wasn't pretty. Apparently my gag reflex does not like paper. They're not compatible. So I scrapped that page and I was almost not going to do it again. But then I had this idea to make gum a drawing. So I copied out the chew on this, warning, do not swallow, and I got a package of gum and I used part of that and drew the other part to give it this cool, like, mixed media, three-dimensional-ish. And then I drew a cute picture of my cartoon boyfriend, Donatello, blowing a huge bubble. I know that's chewing gum and that would be bubble gum and it's not the same thing, but it still turned out pretty cool and I like it. A place for your grocery lists. This is not usually what my grocery lists look like. I don't bother drawing pictures or cutting things out of flyers. Although my grocery lists are usually pretty chaotic and messy, and there is not much in the way of organization to them. So yeah, I guess this is pretty much what my grocery lists look like. Anyway, I have included both words and drawings and cutouts from flyers of both things that I need and things that I want. And there's a little bit of extra space that I have intentionally left because inevitably you always forget something, either in the grocery store or in the car on your way home from the grocery store. And that's what this space represents. The things that you forgot that you probably should have put on the list. Make prints using an ink pad and cut vegetables. So I started with an ink pad, but it was dried out. So I found some leftover India ink from my calligraphy days way back in high school. It was still usable. So I started with these little flowers here are celery done with India ink. And I also have the dots up here were the bottom of a pepper from the bumpy side, the outside. And that was really messy, so then I switched to paint. And I have some lime green celery flowers. And I tried, because they show a pepper at the bottom here, I tried a pepper, cut it in various sizes, and I have a little piece and a big piece of pepper done in brown. Then I thought a mushroom would make a cool shape, and it does. So I have dark green mushrooms. And then my daughter came home from school one day, and she had been doing food stamping. And one of her stamps was an orange. So I cut one of the little Christmas oranges and did a couple of those oranges with orange paint. And I finished that last year, right around Christmas time. Squirt liquid here. Try using your mouth. Which is exactly what I did. I spit, dribbled, drooled, squirted it through my teeth. It was a right good mess. Rather disgusting, which is why I did not film the creation process. I had absolutely no idea what it was going to look like going in. It was totally like a random abstract painting, and it turned out beautifully. So what I did was I used food coloring and watered it down quite a bit. I used a red. Some of it, you can see some little darker spots, but for the most part it was pretty diluted and looks more pink. And I also used blue. I felt that the blue almost got completely lost. So these darker spots are straight up food color that I held the bottle above the book and squirt and just put some little darker dots. All in all though, it was messy and it was rather gross, but it was a lot of fun. and the end results are absolutely beautiful. I really like this page. Hi, welcome back. Just finishing up here. I see you just finished up. What do you think? As always, I had fun. I really like this breakfast journal and all the things that it gets you to do. It's a rather liberating experience, and if you've never tried it, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Well, I'm going to finish up my brunch shack, breakfast lunch snack. I'll see you in the next video. I won't be eating next time. Unless you want me to. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, don't be hungry. Get some food. But stay fabulous.